What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone here with Vince Russo. Another episode of Legion of Raw. Vince, how are you, my man?
The great Tutsmond.
Yes, Toots.
Very nice, man. Very nice touch. Tutsmond, bro.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. He, it's WrestleMania season, man. So he decided to make an appearance tonight because he wanted to spice up the night. Something that the WWE did not do was spice up the night with the episode of Raw. 30,000 foot thoughts, man. Where are you at?
Oh, I want to say this. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. Everything said on this show tonight is my opinion.
Absolutely.
Everything is subjective. Everything, bro. Every person looks at every single thing differently. Okay, let me make that perfectly clear. That's why I have no problem. People hated my creative, people criticize my creative. I have no problem with that. The problems I have with wrestling marks is when you take my job and because there was something you didn't like creatively, now we're going to make it personal. And at that point, like you're literally the lowest form of scum on the planet. So that's why I want to make this perfectly clear, because I know, Chris, there are people that watched this show tonight and loved it. This show drove me crazy, and I'll give you a simple reason. How many weeks are we from WrestleMania, Chris?
Oh, it's a week from Saturday. So
we are a week from Saturday. So how many more Raws are there?
Just one.
There is one more Raw.
Yeah.
Chris, I cannot believe 70% of the matches, the opponents aren't even in the same building.
Yeah.
I can't believe that, bro. I mean, when you're booking this show and you're booking to Mania, every single person who's competing at Mania needs to be on the show.
Yep.
It drives me crazy, bro. You got Omos out there with no Brock. You got Rhea Ripley out there with no Charlotte. You got Dominic Mysterio out there with no Rey Mysterio. You got Austin Theory and you've got no John Cena. Are you kidding me, bro? Then you guys have the audacity to call me bitter and this and that. No, bro, there's a week until WrestleMania. I want to see these angles develop.
Wow.
Chris, how are these angles going to develop if the same people aren't even in the building, bro?
So it seems like I agree with you 100% with that. It seems like they're putting everything on the last show and they're going to just dump it. Like it's going to be just a big old dump next week to get us excited. But to me, explain how an episodic television show works that way. That you give us a bunch of loose ends and you give us a bunch of just very confused segments of nothing just tying in together. And then at the season finale, let's just dump everything in and expect it to work. If this is supposed to be episodic television, Vince, the excitement, the allure, I'm just not feeling it, man.
Because, Chris, we said this 4 weeks ago. They were going to maintain all the angles. They got the building sold out. They have nothing they have to sell.
Yeah.
And this show shows that. I mean, bro, there are so many things. The fact that you don't promote a Roman Reigns Cody showdown. Bro, I was watching, Chris, the World Baseball Classic was on the other channel. It was Mexico and Japan. The winner plays the USA tonight. During Raw, that game was going back and forth at the end. So I'm watching that game because they've got Piper Niven and Chelsea Green, and I'm like, really, bro? I'm gonna watch this instead. But bro, this whole entire show, they don't promote there's gonna be a Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns showdown. They literally kayfabe themselves. Then, bro, they have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens out there at the beginning with the bloodline, but nobody is to be found at the end. Like, bro, and again, I just keep hearing like this Triple H praise. Did you see the way that show ended? Are you kidding me, bro? You're a week away from WrestleMania, and you have a show like that with the flattest of endings you could ever imagine.
And somehow Solo Sikoa and Cody seem like the angle coming out of that, the end of it. I mean, it just, I don't know. It's just, I don't understand why. I've said this before, like, the timing is just, it just doesn't make sense to me timing wise. I mean, like, if there's some type of a dissension within Solo looking soft, and if they want to stretch this out to Cody and Solo, I wouldn't mind that. But you're not going to have Solo Sikoa and Cody Rhodes after, WrestleMania. That's not something. So why are you bringing in this Solo element a week before WrestleMania as if that's going to add another layer to the Roman Reigns thing? I already feel that Cody is forced in this angle anyways. I think after all the bloodline stuff after a year, Cody's forced in this anyway. So it doesn't, I've said this before, it doesn't feel authentic to me. It feels very forced and contrived. But at the same time, if you're trying to make it work, you doing stuff like Cody smiling when KO and Sammy gets together, he trying to be peacemaker, and then he having a conversation with Sammy before Elimination Chamber as if they were going to have a match at WrestleMania. And now he's first he did the Dusty thing, and now he said, "I don't want you to say Dusty anymore."
Bro, I was the same way. First of all, bro, he admitted, yeah, I ran away. Yeah, that's one heck. I want to get behind that baby face, bro. Right. Bro, I remember when Rocky Balboa said, "Yeah, I ran away, man." Then he says, if somebody brings up my father one more time, bro, who was the person who cut 15-minute promos about his dad?
Brought him up, exactly. He was the one who set the tone, bringing up his father. His first promo was about Dusty Rhodes never winning the WWE Championship, and now he wants to win a WWE Championship. So it doesn't make any sense why he would
made the story about Dusty.
He did, exactly.
Then, bro, then you got Damage Control coming out when Rhea Ripley's in the ring.
That made absolutely no
why?
sense.
Why are they coming out? Then on top of that, you got the babies coming out now. Why are they coming out? Like none of this, bro. You're a week away from WrestleMania. This should be the highest level of drama of the year, Chris.
Yeah.
This thing should be ready to pop.
Yeah. That's a good point.
There are so many things on this show, like what almost an Ali. Were we thinking this was going to be a big upset?
Head scratchers, man. There was a lot of head scratchers for me. The Bailey, we'll get to it, but the Bailey Rhea thing was a big head scratch.
Oh my gosh!
The reason why Asuka and Bianca are beefing for why do they dislike each other? Like Asuka won a match to get her in the #1 contendership position for WrestleMania. Good for her, but why does she not like Bianca? And she's been saving her every single week against the heels. It was just so many moments that I was just like, what? Like this doesn't make sense. So let's go through them one by one. Kevin Owens, 70 Zayn's in-ring promo, interrupted by the Usos. Then we get the KO issuing the challenge for the titles at WrestleMania. Challenge accepted. The team's brawl. Jumbotron goes to Roman, Solo, and Heyman arriving. Oh, it's time for Joey
Chris.
already.
Chris,
let's get Joey.
Give me that, Chris. You went right on. Like, wait a second. Time out, Chris.
Joey.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Okay, let's unpack a couple of things here.
Okay,
bro. First of all, I swear to God, if I would have had $1 tonight, every single time somebody pandered to the St. Louis crowd, I would have at least been able to buy a pizza. Let me put it to you this way. I would have been able to buy the New York style pizza from Pizza Hut for $13. Because at least 13 times there was pandering to this crowd.
Lots of pandering.
Lots of pandering.
Before you go on, Eamon said Dr. Chris trying to hurry and finish the show. That is precisely correct. Great job. Absolutely.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, man.
Precisely correct.
So we got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn pandering you. I like you. You like me. Didn't Barney used to sing that song?
We're a happy.
Yeah. I was waiting for them to break out in that.
Yes.
Then, bro, like the two biggest jabrones, they're standing there staring at the sign. Chris, can we stop the sign? At what year do we stop the sign staring?
Never.
What year do we stop that, bro?
Never.
So now we're staring at the sign, bro. This was horrendous. So now you've got the heels coming out, and now we've got this big brawl. And again, bro, they're punching and kicking like freaking girls. Bro, I don't understand it. Bro, when you combine the years that these four wrestlers have combined, the years of experience, and I'm sitting here and I'm seeing this phony crap and the stomping where they're barely touching, I'm like, man, bro, like, really, guys?
Yeah, those moments are just, I mean, it's like, why have them if you're going to just, if you're just going to make them look really soft. Yeah, I agree with. Speaking of, go ahead. Go ahead.
Then I was saying, Chris, then you've got Reigns showing up. Why do you cut out of this scene? Play through it. Let Reigns find out what's going out. Play through the scene. Reigns shows up, and then we go to commercial, and we don't come back to it.
We go to Austin and Montez, right?
Yeah, man, play through it, bro. Yeah. Play through it. Let's see what would organically happen if Roman shows up the minute those guys are going at it in the arena. What would happen?
I think what they were trying to do was make the last segment of Roman returning, like they had a Roman returning announcement after that segment of him getting out the truck. So they're trying to keep people, you have March Madness, so you're trying to keep people on through the show with Roman, with that Roman announcement.
But Chris, with what you say, I agree with that. But in conjunction with that, you're not saying there's going to be a Cody Roman showdown?
Yeah, well, I agree with that. So why not make it the announcement that it's going to be a Cody Roman type of face-off thing? I think that had a bit better selling point than just Roman returning.
Chris, all you had to do was, okay, the Reigns shows up. We cut to break, whatever. All you got to do, bro, is come back from commercial. Cody shows up.
Yeah.
That's all you got, bro. Chris, you're a psychologist. Why wouldn't you do that? Like, give me one reason in the world. We establish Reigns is there. We come back from commercial. Here comes another car, Cody. Why wouldn't you do that, bro?
You would. Logically, you would do that just because you're trying to set up, them staying throughout the show, and it would make sense if you have your main events, teased throughout the night. That would just make sense. Man. Instead of all of a sudden Cody making this, like all these Cody unannounced, appearances, and his music would come on. That's been a thing that they've been doing the past few weeks. I think that's going to die down. So that's unfortunate. Got a couple of super chats here. We got Joseph, $4.99 super chat, bro. Biancas reactions continue to get softer. Have WWE ruined her? What do you think, Vince?
I don't think she gets treated like a champion, and we've been saying that for a very, very, very long time, bro. We've been saying that, bro. And again, man, it's like there's so much missing from this show because we never do anything outside the arena.
Yeah.
That's where you really make characters. And we just never get that, bro.
I think that's a good point, Vince. You're not really developing Bianca's character outside
Not at
the ring.
all. Not at all.
There's no there's very little buy-in. There's very little buy-in of Bianca because you see her come out every single week with the music, the spinning gimmick, the spinning hair gimmick, the promo, the EST, boom, 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 and it's the same thing. Like every single week. We don't know too much of Bianca outside the ring.
We don't know any, Chris. We don't know any. We know she comes out dancing, she twirls the hair, she talks smack.
Yeah.
That's all we know. If you ask any other WWE fan, give me one personality trait of Bianca Belair. Nothing. They never played into Montez Ford being a husband. Yeah. Nothing, bro. It's the same shtick every single week. You've not seen any layers whatsoever of Bianca Belair from the very first time you saw her on the TV screen.
You have a very attractive couple,
yes,
in the WWE of Montez and Bianca. Why not have a money couple? Absolutely. Why don't you have segments on YouTube or even a show to really explore the lives of Montez and Bianca Belair? I mean, you have two very charismatic names, you know, and why don't you cash out on that? That doesn't make sense for the life of me.
Doesn't make sense for me. But what does make sense is in back-to-back weeks, Austin Theory is going to beat the tag team one at a time, bro, to prove his. Bro, did we not say, bro, I swear to God, we called every single one of these things 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They're going to give Austin Theory wins. They're going to give him wins, and they're giving him wins over tag team, you know, wrestlers. Like, oh my God, bro. Come on.
And it's the same tag team wrestlers that's going to be featured in the 4-way tag team showcase. Like, you're making this meaningless tag team showcase and you're placing that on WrestleMania's card because you're trying to stretch two days now, which is the reason why I think it should be one day. Like, I might be in the minority, I might not be the minority, I'm not sure, but I think that WrestleMania should go back down to one day because to me, I think of the grandest days of them all, the showcase of the Immortals. You have it's the best of the best on this card. It's the biggest pay-per-view of the year. It's like the All-Star game. And so why in the world would you put a below 500 team and just throw them as a part of the All-Star game or a player? It doesn't make any sense to me that you would have someone who's not really an all-star in a basketball or a baseball game, and you just throw them in the all-star game.
You know that you said it doesn't make any sense to you. You know all the sense in the world, bro.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
that's it. It's 1,000, bro. They have for the sake of money, bro. They have bastardized their product
100%
on so many levels,
100%,
100%. So many levels, man.
Yeah. And so much that you're just throwing random matches on there that means nothing. I mean, like, it's sad, but this might be a popcorn match, man. I mean, like, in this 8 talent that actually should be in storylines, you know what I mean? Like Braun, man, since Braun has came back, I mean, the misuse that they've had on Braun Strowman is criminal, man.
Bro, you talk about misuse. We got another match coming up here, though. But you talk about misuse. We'll get to it. I don't want to jump ahead. So we got Reigns in the back with the wise man. Yes, my tribal chief.
Yep.
No, my tribal chief. Then we got Pierce with Chelsea Green again. I swear to God, this has been 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
With the same freaking promo.
Yeah.
Almost and Ali, like what did we get? What did that accomplish?
Nothing. And Dolph Ziggler, I'm telling you, Vince, since they're just throwing matches on WrestleMania now just to fill up time, we may get a Mustafa Ali versus Dolph Ziggler match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we will, bro, because Alpha's sitting in the back. Stuff was in the back. Bro, let me ask you a question, Chris. Maybe I'm missing something, because I'm going to be honest with you. I was going back and forth with the baseball game, but I was keeping my eye on everything. Bro, correct me if I'm wrong. You said we got one more Raw before WrestleMania.
Yep.
Is the only angle where there is any kind of heat. Everything should be heat. Every angle should have heat going in.
Yep.
The heel should be on top every single time. Bro, the only angle where I'm seeing the heel get any heat is freaking Logan Paul and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan Paul has knocked him out now 2 weeks in a row. What other angle is being built on heat?
Dominic and Ray is being built on heat.
But is it really? Because has Dominic done anything physical to Ray? I keep saying,
like high facing and shoving them and things like that.
Is that heat?
It's WWE's current version. Yes. yes, it is.
Yeah, you're right, man. You're right.
Andrew Koo, $2 super chat, bro. Second year in a row. Bobby no build for WrestleMania. Who was he? Who did he go against last year? Was it Omos? I think it was Omos, wasn't it? Yeah, I think it was the breakup between him and MVP, and I think it was Omos for last year, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. I mean, and so we're getting Easter eggs for a Bray return. LA Knight was cutting a promo, and we saw the logo of Bray Wyatt on SmackDown. So, and then I don't know if you saw it today when they were doing the announcement between the announcement of Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley for their title. When they were panning, zooming out to the actual Charlotte and Rhea, you saw Bray Wyatt's picture on there too. So I don't know why they're doing these Easter eggs, but at the same time, it's like, okay, there's a week before WrestleMania. There's literally 3 more shows before WrestleMania, and I doubt that they're going to do a lot on the SmackDown before WrestleMania. Storyline wise, they're going to do the Hall of Fame afterwards, most likely. So they're really going to build up for that.
Bro, sometimes I get very confused during this show. I sometimes I mumble out loud like this. Sometimes I recorded myself mumbling out loud during the show. Would you like to hear it?
Absolutely.
Okay, here it is.
Those best Iron Man matches that's ever been.
Yeah, I say that quite a bit. Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to ask
you about the 7-star club, man.
We'll get to that, Chris. I want to ask you a legitimate question.
Yes, indeed.
And I don't know when the timing was, and I don't want to miss this. I don't think I wrote it down, and I'm not sure where they placed this in the show. But bro, listen, I am a huge Andy Kauffman fan. Not just, his whole career, including Lawler, including wrestling, Jimmy Hart, all that. I even got in the other room, I got a Andy Kauffman action figure.
Nice.
Bro, I'm watching his induction into the Hall of Fame, which I think is absolutely great, absolutely tremendous. But I got to ask you this. What percentage of the WWE universe do you think is absolutely clueless over that Lawler, Kauffman, Letterman angle? Bro, I would say 70% of the audience doesn't have a clue, A, who Andy Kauffman is, B, why the heck is this guy being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? Do you think that's too much? That was a long
how many percent?
I'd say 70% does not know.
I'll say about 35 to 40.
Doesn't know.
Don't know. Yeah, I'll say that. I'll say 35 to 40. When you have, because you have a lot of these people who like these documentaries. I'm a documentary guy. I love the documentaries.
Yeah.
So they mentioned that with Lawler's recent A&E doc, which was good. So yeah, I think for the most part, a lot of people do know, but I do think it's worth doing a really good video package by it to refresh and or let people know for the first time. You can assume.
Oh, I
that
would
most
love
people
to. I
know.
would love to see that. I would love to see a Lawler, in the
Yeah.
middle of that. That would be tremendous. I would love to see that, bro.
I
Jimmy
think-
Hart, bring Jimmy Hart back.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh
see
yeah.
that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would love for Lawler to induct, to posthumously induct.
Oh yeah, he's got to.
And if Lawler's not well, I think that Bill Apter should induct Andy Kaufman. So.
Well, I think Jimmy Hart's got to be in that mix somewhere.
I think, but Bill Apter had he was the one that had the connection between Kaufman and Lawler. Though.
That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, he Apter was the one who, who sowed the seed there, man. So
yeah.
I'm a big fan of that for sure. We had a couple super chats. Let me look for them. Let's see. Lots of interaction with the SK Nation. That's what makes this show the best of the business, if you will. Scott Smith, $10 super chat. Always coming through. This time last year, I was in hospital bed. Now, 1 year later, I'm watching Legion of Raw, Vince and Dr. Chris talking nothing but the truth and makes sense with everything they say. Scott, super fan.
Yeah, I got to address Scott for a second.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
Scott, you got to explain this to me one day. Let me explain something. Scott's from the land down under.
Yes, indeed.
Scott's been on the brand many times. Scott was a fan of the brand long before Sportskeeda started.
Nice.
Now, Chris, I just did a watch along with the brand prior to Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Scott cheered 10 bits. You know what 10 bits is, Chris?
I do, but what does that equate to money?
10 cents.
Okay.
A bit is a penny.
Okay.
Scott cheered 10 pennies.
10 cents.
On my show. How much did Scott cheer here?
I don't know the conversion of
$10.
But that's not
it's not 10 cents.
That's not American
Scott,
currency, though.
You need to explain that to me, you Ed Sheridan lookalike. That makes no sense to me, Scott. All right, let's move on with the show. I had to point that out.
Thank you, Scott, for your contribution here. I don't know the conversion.
That made me very confused.
Best Iron Man match that's ever been.
I know.
Yes. That's it right there. So an Australian dollar is
tell me how much?
67 cents.
Oh, 67 cents.
Yeah. So
now I don't feel so bad. All right, now I know.
So one Australian dollar is 67 cents.
Oh, so that was $6.70 compared to I got a dime. I got a dime from
you got 10 cents, Vince. Yes, indeed. So you know what? You know what that means? It means that he loves Vince Russo, but he really loves and supports the tandem of Vince Russo and Dr. Chris. That's all that is. That's all. That's exactly what that is.
Best Iron Man match that's ever been.
That's a good point. I think that's a very good point.
Now Scott's saying he's sorry. Scott's saying he's sorry.
Young Reckless $4.99 questions. Do you think Reigns will go to 1,000 days? It's 3 questions. So let's go with the first one. Do you think Reigns will go to 1,000 days, Vince?
No, bro. Listen, if there was somebody behind, there's nobody behind Cody. There's nobody behind him, bro. If Cody doesn't beat Reigns, he's gonna go 2,000 days. There's nobody behind him, bro. I want to say, listen, the Reverend Buddy Green, who is a big fan of the brand, he pointed out that actually Scott gave me 7.5 cents once Twitch gets their cut. So that dime now is down to 7.5 cents.
Oh man. Wow. That's again, I think it's just he has a major affinity for the Legion of Raw show. I think that's what it is.
Yes. Chris, I want you to answer Young Reckless. I want you to answer the third part of his question. I want to hear your opinion on this.
Okay. So I will answer that, but as far as the first question, I do I do think Cody's going to beat Reigns. I don't at WrestleMania. I don't think he should because I think 1,000 days is the same day as the King and Queen of the Ring tournament in the late May. So I think you could stretch it out to make it a better angle because I do feel like Cody is forced in this angle. I think it's skeletal. I think it's contrived. I think it's very shallow right now. And I think for all of the build for Roman Reigns to just have him lose to Cody a little over 2 months after he really gets that main event spot, I think it's too early. I don't think they will get the titles off Cody if he wins. I think he can turn heel and build up a big star. I wouldn't be opposed to heel Cody against Montez Ford next year because I think he's a star, or someone else like Bobby Lashley or I don't know who else would be a top baby face at that time. Maybe Otis would be a top baby face next year.
Bro, we laugh, bro. Otis was to the point of grabbing the Money in the Bank.
He won the Money in the
Forget
Bank.
that,
Yeah,
bro.
he won. Yeah, he had the contract, so he was almost guaranteed to win the WWE Championship. So,
yeah.
And then so will Cody become a star if he wins? It depends on who dances with him because, like, I think to me, stars are oftentimes measured by their rivals, and so if Cody doesn't have if Roman goes away and they're setting up like Gunther or Solo Sikoa, both of them are good mid-carders right now, but they're not ready to be at that main event level yet. So if he beats Roman who's had almost 1,000 days, and then he drops to like a Gunther or a Solo, I think that would really not really keep his star status. Like he's in rarefied air if he beats Roman Reigns, and then he has to go back to normal mid-card air with everybody else that he feuds with. So it just depends on where to go.
Chris, you know what's so freaking different, man? I swear to God. I was doing the Attitude Era show today, okay? And, bro, listen to this. There was a match between The Rock and Steve Blackman, okay, bro? Chris, Steve Blackman was undefeated. Steve Blackman was undefeated. This is what everybody's missing, bro. So Blackman's undefeated. He's facing The Rock, okay? How are we going to keep Blackman's streak alive? Well, bro, because there was a storyline of Rock wanting to take over the nation, we used Farouk and that story to let Blackman sneak over. So that keeps Blackman's streak alive. Rock had a total out because that's what's missing today, bro. That's why nobody's over you. You're talking about these guys that are mid-carders now. Bro, everyone's a mid-carder because it's 50-50 booking. Everyone's a mid-carder, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, no one feels like a star. All right, so we got Awesome Sauce, $5. With Kauffman going to the Hall of Fame, did Taxi have the best theme? See, this is my wheelhouse. I love sitcom and television show theme songs. I'm a sucker for theme songs.
I am too.
So yeah, I love Taxi's theme song. I love the Full House theme song too. Give me some good theme songs.
I'm going to give you a theme song right now, and I'm going to see how good you are because this might have been the greatest theme song of all time.
Okay.
Now, I got to ask you this, though, Chris. What year were you born in?
81.
This is before your time, but you should still know.
But I watched sitcoms.
Okay, you ready? 15 years. Hold on. My dog has fleas. My dog has fleas. All right, you ready?
Yes.
This may be the greatest. Who asked that question? This may be the greatest theme song. Okay, here we go. No, let me give you a little more. And look at boy right there.
What is it?
Jukebox Hero, bro.
Oh, okay. I've heard of Jukebox Hero. Yeah. Okay. I've heard of the theme song, but I don't remember the. I didn't remember the show.
Well, I see somebody said the Addams Family, and I immediately thought of Munsters. Oh, the Addams Family was a song had worse. They're creepy and they're spooky, mysterious and kooky.
Yeah.
They're all together. Addams Family. They come to see ya, and people come to meet them. They really are a scream. Bro, we could do this the rest of the show. Can we do this the rest of the show?
I'm a fan of that. Absolutely. So do you remember Full House's theme song?
Bro, I was not a Full House guy. No, so the answer is no.
So you remember Oh yeah,
Taxi. I definitely do. The little flute gimmick. Yeah, Taxi. I know. Yeah,
Taxi was amazing jazz song. Yeah, it was. Angela, I believe, was the actual.
Oh, okay, yeah.
By the song was called Angela. The artist was let's see, it was called
Michael Pasolano.
Bob James.
Angela. What was it called?
It was called Angela. Yeah. The artist was Bob James. I remember it was Bob.
Nice. I never knew that was the name of the song. I never knew it was from Bob James. Yep. Even though, bro, the one classic. I mean, come on, guys. This could be one of the greatest of all time. Ready?
Do you remember Taxi's theme song though?
Of course I do. Absolutely. Yeah. How about this one though, bro? You ready?
Yep.
Boy, the way Glenn Miller played. Guys like us, we had it made.
Those were the days.
How about this one? Moving on up to the east side.
Oh yeah.
In a deluxe apartment in the sky. Oh, moving on up. Okay. All right, Chris. We finally got a visa. Hold on, Chris. Hold on.
Ooh, special R&M matches.
Oh,
yes. Very nice.
Yes, indeed.
All right. Okay, let's go on.
Super chats. Give me this super chat.
And we'll sing the song. Hey, bro, super chat us a theme song and we'll sing it, bro.
We'll sing it. West Hill, $5.
Very nice.
Watch the show Tuesday mornings. We're glad to catch it live. Love the show. Thank you, Wes. Thank you. You get to join us when we sing theme songs, which is much better than talking about Raw. Clearly, right now. Is that all? I think we got a $20 here. Let's see. Here we go. Chris Torres.
Go ahead with Chris. Go ahead.
Let's see. Question for Dr. Chris on the mic. Is the Cody Rhodes character out narcissisting
the
ultimate narcissist in the rest?
Great question, Chris. What do you say, Chris?
I think that he's I think that you are bringing some ego to the to the stage when you're Cody, but I think Roman has a slight advantage or slight lead when it comes to narcissism because he's a megalomaniac though. So like a megalomaniac, I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No, I was just going to ask you what that was.
A megalomaniac is someone who's obsessed with power. And so all megalomaniacs are narcissists, but not all narcissists are megalomaniacs, so to speak. And so every megalomaniac is obsessed with power, and Roman Reigns exudes that with the whole tribal chief, with the acknowledge me. And so I do think I think he has a slight edge when it comes to the narcissism. Cody is still trying to play the David character in a sense, although he's coming out in very nice looking suits every single week as if he's an everyman character. So, but, so yeah, I would say that's a really good question, but I would say that Roman Reigns still has the edge because he's really consumed with his own power. So
you know who Roman, you know who Cody reminds me of when he comes out with the nice tie every week?
what's that?
Oh shoot, I just had it. Flintstones, meet the Flintstones, they're a monotone family somewhere out of their
they're a place right out of history. Yes, very nice. What else we have? Any more super chats? So here we go. A-Team.
Oh, wow. I was not an 18 guy. I don't know this one, bro.
Oh, that was with Mr. T.
I don't know this one.
There we go. There you go. There's A-Team.
Nice.
Very nice. There you go. Who else we have? We have another. Just saw another one. A-Team. Cody saying he loves the taste of blood while wearing a 1K suit doesn't add up. Cody's not the guy to do WWE. Very nice. See, did you hear him say that?
Yeah, bro. Somebody just threw this up there. I know you know this one. Oh,
Sanford and Son.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Bro, I used to pop Bubba all the time at TNA. I used to refer to him as Rollo.
Nice.
And him and I were the only two that knew what we were talking about. Very nice, Rollo.
All right, man. Let's
move on. Bro, I do want to say this, bro. I swear to God, Logan Paul. Remember, I was talking about the soft work at the very beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Did you see the Logan punch Paul to Seth Rollins? Yeah. Bro, either that was a shoot, that was a shoot punch and he knocked him out cold, or Logan Paul's the best worker on the show.
He has a good working punch, man.
Wow, bro.
I've told you before, Vince. I am impressed with Logan Paul, man.
Wow. That punch looked like it knocked him out.
For someone who's been in the business for 2 years, fresh, he is more impressive than most of the locker room backstage. I think that he's getting really good heats. You know, he knows how to cut a promo. From what I've heard from wrestlers, they prefer, Vince hated when you looked in the camera, like through the camera when you're cutting promos, but he's like, I don't care. But I think he brings a different element when he is looking through the cameras and in the crowd.
Yeah.
I'm a fan, man. I
gotta put over the sell too. It took a great sell too. Yeah. So between Logan's punch and Seth's sell, that was the most realist looking thing on the entire show.
Yeah, it was a good. I think it was a good segment.
I did not have a problem with it.
Let's see. We get Dominic defeating Johnny Gargano. Dom cutting a promo post match.
Bro, you know what's so funny about this? I'm watching this match, and again, Chris, I'm always thinking about the casual fan, and I'm watching Gargano in the ring. And I'm watching Dexter Lumis on the outside, and I'm like, who's the money here?
Exactly.
The money here is Dexter Lumis, not Johnny Gargano. Yeah. Lumis is the money, and he's standing on the outside doing nothing, bro.
Because they have no clue what to do with them.
Jeez,
it goes back into the Bray Wyatt, Karrion Kross, Aleister Black complex, man. You have people who are so invested in their gimmick, and WWE writing, they have no clue of what to do with them because they're bigger than the company. Their gimmick is bigger than the creativity of the writers. And so I heard that Bray's assistant,
I read about
he's
that
gone.
too.
Yeah, he's gone. So
Chris, think about that. You just rattled off. Think about what you just said. You just rattled off Lumis, Cross, Bray, Aleister Black, right?
Yep.
4 guys, like, we can't figure out and you got Finn Balor in Judgment Day.
Right.
That's your Judgment Day, bro.
Oh.
Those four guys are your, not Ray, not Dominic, not those four guys are your Judgment Day. How can you not? Wow, think about what Chris said. How do you swing and miss on those four guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
On all of them. all of them, Vince. If it just goes to show where the level of creativity WWE is. You have four just infectious, intriguing characters that all fell flat in the WWE.
Bro, can you imagine? I'm going to give a shout out here and a little credit to Kevin Sullivan.
Okay.
Can you imagine if Kevin Sullivan would? Can you imagine if he was writing for those four guys as the new Dungeon of Doom?
Wow. Or the new Purple Haze, right? Wasn't he Purple Haze before?
I mean, my God, bro. Like, how do you miss on those four guys?
Yeah. And that's something. Next we have Rollins coming to the. We talked about Impulsive. We talked about Dominic. Edge cutting his promo. That's
another one. Neither Edge nor Balor were at the belly. Neither one of them were there tonight, bro.
Yeah. What was he was with Mark Levin when he was Purple Haze. Kevin Sullivan's what was the gimmick? What was the because I think
I don't know that gimmick, bro.
Yeah, it was in I think it was in Florida. I think it was in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. He was with, and because that's when I think Luna was a part of it too, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, I think I forgot the dark something. I forgot what it was called. SK Nation. What was that called, and what promotion was it from? All right, let's get to Rhea Ripley cutting in-ring promo. So this was weird. So she's cutting the heel promo. She's calling the fans pathetic. So she's getting the heat.
This hurt her.
And the fans St. Louis was an odd crowd today because they were doing the what chants before, and then she was like, no, don't want me. And so then she gets the heat, cuts the promo, and then you have another set of heels coming in to out heel a heel pro. And then somehow this leads to Bayley and Rhea, and the fans were just like, I have no idea who to cheer. So
first of all,
Prince of Darkness is what it was.
Okay, she's already cut this promo. We heard this same promo week 1. Okay. Bro, she got lost a couple of times. Yeah. She lost her train of thought, and it was bad. This did not help Rhea Ripley at all. Bro, think about this. So this promo doesn't help her. It was repetitive. She lost the train of thought. It did not help her at all. Now she's going, like you say all the time, bro, she's going 50-50 with Bayley. Bro, I swear to God, I'm going to reenact something for the crowd here, for the Sports Keto Nation. So, Chris, Bayley comes running across the ring with a big knee to Rhea Ripley.
Yep.
Clearly slaps the thigh.
Yes.
Bro, then they do it in slow motion, and it looks like this, bro. Bro, I'm watching this. I'm like, are you guys freaking kidding me? Do we really want to show Bayley slapping her thigh in slow motion? Do we really want to show that, bro?
Oh, man.
And bro, to me, like, and we've talked about this before. This is how you kill Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley should not be going 50-50 with Bayley. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. So, like you said, Chris, Damage Control comes out to confront Rhea Ripley. Why? We have no idea. Then the babies come out. Why? We have no idea. And again, bro, the baby, a week from WrestleMania, one more Raw, the babies are up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Can't wait to watch that match.
Yeah. So the rumor is that Trish is going to turn on Becky either during or after the match to set up for
which makes absolutely no sense, which equates to they need somebody for Becky to work with.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome Sauce 550. Can we at least put over the fact that Becky risked her abs by eating all those carbs from the popcorn? So brave.
I gotta say this, bro. Talk about freaking abs. Rhea Ripley's abs, bro. You talk about abs of steel. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, holy moly.
Physically, I remember her back in the oh gosh, what was the women's tournament? They had the women's tournament a few years back, and she had blondish hair, and she was still she was still in decent shape. I mean, she looked good, but I mean now she is cut, it's super cut and defined. Kudos to her, man, for someone who
that's work, man.
Mae Young Classic, that's what it was. Thank you. Mae Young Classic, she was in, and she was cool. She still looked good.
Yeah.
But I mean, just the dedication that she puts in.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of that. So kudos to her for that. Ricochet and Chad Gable.
A deep goof in the chat room just said Mae Young had abs. Mae Young had abs.
Very nice. Very nice. Shout out to Mae Young.
Yeah. All right. What's
Ricochet and Chad Gable?
Oh my God, bro.
A showcase of this meaningless tag match is Chad Gable losing to Ricochet, but somehow we're more intrigued into the Otis Maximum Male Models segment angle here. That what's the payoff here, Vince?
I have no idea, bro. And you're right, bro. I don't watch SmackDown, but I'm like, this is Braun Strowman's role.
Right.
Like what? Like really, bro?
Yeah. After all of that.
Wow.
All that return. This is, I mean, he is one of the, other than Karrion Kross, I would say that Braun Strowman is one of the most misused returns from the Triple H era over the past year. Just incredibly misused.
Oh, wow.
Bianca Belair and Asuka defeating Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. I haven't heard anything about Carmella of why she wasn't there. So
I hope she's not hurt again, bro. I mean, that's what I was thinking, because she suffered a lot of injuries, man. If I hope she's not hurt again, because then she's going to be labeled injury prone, and I hope she's not hurt again.
And I think that they could have done something with Chelsea and Carmella as a team. You know what I mean? Just kind of disgruntled, rich, entitled brats type of deal. You know what I mean? That they could have worked with that. But just Chelsea and Piper Niven, like that was very odd. I didn't see that. I didn't really like that. So Asuka attacks Belair after the match. Why, Vince? Why? So we're in a tag match, Vince. I save you from getting pummeled, and you get mad at me and blindside me behind after the match. How does that make sense?
That's their heat going into WrestleMania, bro.
Oh, why? But why heat? Like, why can't you have a respect, babyface versus babyface match? There's no heat that. This doesn't make sense of why it caused heat.
I'm turning away. I'm turning away from you, Chris.
Joe,
I'm turning away. The ignorance. I'm turning away.
Come on, Joey. Come on.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Wait a minute, Chris. Now, Chris has more knowledge of this business than literally people that have spent 20 years in it. Chris, if they do baby versus baby, what about the blue mist, bro? Who's the referee? Is she gonna blue mist Rudy Charles, bro?
So Carmella and Chelsea is gonna try to come out and ruin the match because they're mad, and then she gives.
I'm going to give you applause now. Good comeback. Very nice. Yeah, bro. Babyface. They'll waste the mist, bro. We can't waste that mist and the beautiful blue teeth. Come
Yes,
on,
the veneers. You can't mess. You can't mess with the veneers, ladies and gentlemen. Next you have what we got? Roman. So we have the final. We have the
we started with pandering and we ended with pandering.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Their timing of this was horrible because this did not go off at the end the way they wanted. So their timing of this, what a horrible, flat, terrible ending.
Yeah, I just wish that the writing was just more intriguing. Like after all this, I was like, I thought of a couple things. I was like, why are you bringing Solo in the mix? You know, I didn't mind necessarily like you're trying to like draw some dissension in the bloodline, you know, angle, but the way that they did it with Solo, to me, it's like I mean, like, why would Roman want to hold back Solo from beating up Cody Rhodes? Like,
especially after Cody just kicked him in the face.
It kicked him in the face. He wants the bloodline to be strong. He's going against Cody next week. Why would I want to hold back my ace in the hole, my mercenary, to not soften up my competition for? I don't.
Chris, okay. I gotta tell you, man. You know what's the most bizarre thing to me, Chris? I may absolutely love something like let's just take a show for instance. Bro, I watched the. I'm a big fan of The Blacklist. Let's just take The Blacklist, for instance. So I'm a big fan of The Blacklist. It's 10 seasons long, some great, great stories. But Chris, if I watch a episode that's lackluster, when the episode is over, I'll say, man, that was really lackluster. Like that really fell short. That was a miss. Because Chris, let's face it, man, every show's not going to be great.
True.
But Chris, I just feel like this WWE universe, I just feel like they buy everything. Like it doesn't matter what the WWE does. It doesn't matter if nothing makes sense. It doesn't matter if half of the people on WrestleMania aren't on the show. It just seems to me like none of that matters to them. Am I way off base here?
Well, that's the reason why the bar is so low, Vince, because you have hardcore fans who's, you know, WrestleMania was sold out, you know, within moments of tickets coming out. So, like I told you before, you could have literally done Mustafa Ali and Roman Reigns, and it would have meant nothing because people are going to come. If you're paying that much money for a ticket, you're not going to be like, oh man, I'm not going to go because it's Mustafa. No, you're going to go because you paid a lot of money for the ticket. And so you really gave WWE no incentive to make it important. Like you didn't give, back in the day, houses, gates, it got to the point of television ratings. Those things were the bread and butter of professional wrestling. Now you don't have that, and they can literally give anything they want to, and
Chris,
you're still going to buy into
I can remember going WrestleMania 14 was Shawn and Austin, right? Is that 14? I think so, right?
Shawn and Austin. Yeah, that was 98. Yeah.
Bro, I remember, Chris, vividly. And I want to know what happened from 98 to 2023. I remember, bro, it's me and Vince in his house. It's just the two of us. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Vince says to me, Vince, I want you to really buckle down here, buckle up. You know, these are going to be the most important shows in the year. And he said to me, Vince, we need to do 1 million buys. I want to do 1 million buys. So this needs to be, and like my boss is telling me, We got to do 1 million buys, bro. You've got to make people want to pay for this.
Absolutely.
Is it, Chris? Forget Peacock and all that other jazz. What you saw tonight, would that make you want to pay like what Scott Smith gives to my show on Twitch? Would that make you want to pay 10 cents to see what's going to happen?
No, like there's
I mean, no, man.
This is the next to last Raw. You know, you would have
man.
the go home shows every single pay-per-view, and the go home concept, Vince, is virtually
Dead.
It's virtually non-existent. I
Dead.
mean, like, so your go home for next week is, oh, you attack me from behind, and then all of a sudden somehow we're going to have some type of myth segment with Bianca and Asuka. You're going to have some type of Austin Theory beating the Street Profits in the handicap match or something like that.
Wait a minute. Is that what you're predicting right now? We're going to see the handicap match next week?
Handicap match. He's going to beat over the handicap match. He's like, see, John Cena, you didn't think I could do it, but see, I could do it. You know,
I'm very confused.
Best Iron Man match that's ever been.
I know, man. I'm very confused.
Good point. Brings a good point up there. That'll do it. And then you'll have some type of you'll have the weigh-in. They already advertised that the weigh-in between Brock Lesnar and Omos.
Is that what it is? They said a weigh-in next week?
Yeah. He'll probably get pie-faced again. And so like, and he'll get pie-faced and he'll be like, okay, you got me. Like, you're back
and
up.
then it's so funny, bro. Like, I'll get all the time, Vince, you watching WrestleMania? You're watching WrestleMania? And I'm like, no. And they can't believe, like, I'm like, why would I spend 2 nights sitting here watching this? Why?
You know, I do it. I do it for my. I do it because I get paid to do it and cover those things here as a journalist. But if I love the fellowship of just most of the times when pay-per-view comes, like I'll bring friends to my house, and I miss so much of it because like we usually are talking and doing other things like while it's going. I'm like, oh, okay, like we'll be talking and we'll see something. Oh, okay. And then we get to talking about something completely different.
How many of those friends that you brought to your house to watch the WWE with you, how many of them stopped talking to you, Chris?
None.
You're pushing your luck, bro. You're pushing.
No, but they're
Chris.
all wrestling fans. There's
all
3 wrestling fans that are really dear Christian brothers.
Bless their hearts. Bless their hearts.
Yes, but bless their hearts. And and so, you know, we hang out and we kind of, you know, commune together and things like that.
Chris, my interest in WrestleMania as a shoot is I will go on my computer to see if they put Cody over Reigns. That's it. Like that's the extent of all I care about. Who went over in this match and what was the finish? That's all I care. That's it. There's nothing else, bro. That's it.
That's the reason why it's my job as the anchor of this show to fill you into things, and so I watch them and do research so I can fill you in. So that's
bro, hold on. Scott has been trying to make it up to me the whole show. He is now up to 300 bits. I'll cheer you next week or maybe more. Again, bro, Rollins clarified, Scott, you cheered 670 bits. 300 bits, you're halfway there, bro. I don't know how good your Australian math is, bro.
His Australian math is equal to Steiner math. $5 super chat from Pat
Lee. Equal, but you look at me and you look at Small Joe, and you can see that statement is not true. See, normally if you go one-on-one with another wrestler, you got a 50-50 chance of winning. But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal. So you got a 25% at best at beating me. And then you add Kurt Angle to the mix, your chances of winning drastically go down. With a 3-way at sacrifice, you got a 33 and a third chance of winning. But I I got a 66 and 2/3 chance of winning.
Bro.
Because Kurt Angle knows he can't beat me, and he's not even going to try. So come on, Joe. You take your 30-30 and a third chance minus my 25% chance, and you got an 8 1/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. But then you take my 75% chance of winning if we used to go one-on-one, and then add 66 and 2/3%. I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning at sacrifice. See, Joe, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you at sacrifice. I'm gonna break it down for you, ladies. Would you rather be with me, or would you rather be with Joe?
Well, I think Joe's kind of nice. I mean, you know.
So you're one of those girls that like romance. I'm gonna talk to all my freaks out there. Would you rather come home to me, a genetic freak?
Bro, how is that not the greatest promo of all time? I mean, seriously, listen,
you were behind the camera, weren't you?
I was right there, bro. Bro, one take. One take. That was it.
Did you pop when he was doing that?
Oh, like, bro, I was crying. Tears were running down my face. Oh, man. How is that not the greatest promo of all time, bro?
It is definitely the most confusing promo in the history of professional wrestling. I still don't understand. I have a PhD, Vince. And I still don't understand Steiner math. I just can't do it, man. Matt Lee, $5 super chat. Vince, that's why you were drawing 10 million, but now they're closer to 1 million. The smartest 9 million. Stop watching since you left, bro.
I'm going to tell you something, Matt, that is really sad, and this is the bottom line. I'm sorry, guys, and I'm not talking about the talent here. I'm talking about management, people behind the scenes. This is the bottom line. We cared more then. We cared a lot more then than they do today. I'm not talking about talent. I'm talking about management. You know, writers, producers, we constantly challenged ourselves. How do we make it better? How do we make it better? How do we make it better? We just cared so much more than they care today.
Yeah. Rollo 999 super chat, bro. I said before that the WWE females are very uncomfortable cutting promos along the ring.
Good point, Rollo.
Like Charlotte. Tonight, Rhea Ripley tried to cut the promo without Dominic, and she
that really, Rollin, you are correct, and that really, really hurt her tonight. That did not do it, bro. And they should not have her selling as much as she sells, man.
Yeah, that's
come on, bro.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. All right, y'all. The Steiner math was the laugh that I needed for tonight. That was fantastic. Let the listeners know about the fantasy football of FBB Patreon.
Fantasy football?
The fantasy baseball. Fantasy baseball.
Now, hold on. Wait a minute. Somebody just, hold on, man. Somebody's challenging me, Chris, that that was not the best promo of all time. And they just sent me what they refer to as the best promo of all time.
What's that?
Should I play this and then we let the SK Nation either Steiner or this one?
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
All right, because listen, man, I'm gonna play fair. All right, here we go. You ready, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was absolute crap. I never wanted to be in this position. I never wanted to be here, but you made a promise. You already went back in a gentleman's agreement once. You made a promise to him. You said you were going to give him a match. That was BS. He had just gone through 2 matches, and you can't even promise people matches. I make the matches, and I'm going to tell you right now, Kenny, 9 days from tonight, you got time to get ready, man. 9 days from tonight, you have to wrestle in 9 days from tonight. On Dynamite, live on Dynamite. Live on Dynamite. You have to wrestle in if you win.
Bro, come on. What's better?
9 days.
Yes.
9 days.
Where's my applause?
9 days is what's better. 9 days is what's better. It's not at all.
Oh, tremendous. 100%. Tremendous, bro.
Let the listeners know about the fantasy baseball and other things, Vince Russo.
Guys, if you play fantasy baseball, my leagues are already locked up, bro. I had 4 drafts this week, Chris. I had 46 people sign up for my leagues. It was tremendous, but my fantasy, my Patreon fantasy baseball continues, bro. I will help you win your league. If you're in outside leagues, just go to Patreon.com/VRFBB, bro.
You know how long you have to do that, to go there? 9 days, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is Vince Russo.
I don't anticipate ever giving another match 7 stars, but if I do, then it'll be a wonderful thing for wrestling.
7 stars in 9 days, man. That's a lot of ratings.
7 stars in 9 days. Wow. Wow, that's too much to handle, bro.
Man, way too much. Way too much.
Yes.
And the formula of them doing that is the Steiner math. Ladies and gentlemen, right here, this guy is Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris. This is the Legion of Raw 7-star performance. As always, have a good night, everybody. So long.